رحلة واحدة في المحيط الهندي، وجهة واحدة هي بومباي، لكن لثلاث ركاب على نفس المركب دي كانت ثلاث رحلات مختلفة تماما. إزاي ده حصل؟ تعالوا نشوف.
على نفس الباخرة اللي متجهة للهند بنلاقي 3 شخصيات رئيسية، كلهم في نفس الموقف، لكن كل واحد فيهم بيشوف الرحلة والعالم من منظور مختلف تماماً عن التاني.
القصة بتبدأ بجد لما الباخرة منجوليا بتدخل البحر الأحمر. هنا بقى الدوافع المتضاربة لشخصياتنا الثلاثة بتبدأ تظهر بوضوح.
كلهم في مركب واحدة، لكن أكيد مش في رحلة واحدة. كل واحد له عالمه الخاص وأهدافه اللي بتحركه، وحتى إحساسه بالوقت نفسه كان مختلف.
نبدأ بفيلياس فوج. بالنسبة للراجل ده، العالم اللي حواليه ده كله مجرد ديكور، منظر جانبي. المهم هو حاجة واحدة بس، جدوله الزمني، الساعة بتاعته. كأن الكون ده كله مكنة عملاقة لازم تفضل شغالة بدقة.
يعني تخيلوا معايا، باقي الناس على المركب حرفيا هتموت من حر البحر الأحمر ومستخبيين تحت، وهو ولا الهوا ماشي على سطح المركب في مواعيده بالثانية بمنتهى البرود.
تركيزه كله منصب على الوقت وبس. أي حاجة تانية حتى راحته الشخصية ملهاش أي قيمة قصاد رهانه وجدوله الزمني.
طيب، نيجي بقى للعكس تماما، الخادم بتاعه باسبارتو. بالنسبة لباسبارتو، الرحلة دي ما كانتش مجرد جدول زمني، دي كانت مغامرة بتكبر عالمه كل يوم.
الراجل ده كان عايش كل لحظة، يستكشف كل حتة في السفينة، ينبهر بمهارة البحارة، وبالليل يقف يتأمل في النجوم اللي مالية السماء. كان حاسس بإثارة المغامرة في كل نفس بياخده.
باختصار، باسبارتو كان بيعيش إحساس الدهشة والفرحة اللي أي حد بيحسها لما يشوف مكان جديد لأول مرة. إحساس إن العالم أكبر وأجمل بكتير من اللي كان بيتخيله.
خلصنا من فوج وباسبارتو، نيجي بقى للراكب الثالث المحقق فيكس. ده بقى كانت رحلته مختلفة خالص، كانت عبارة عن مطاردة بطيئة وموجعة للأعصاب.
فيكس هو كمان في سباق مع الزمن، بس الفرق إنه بيخسر السباق ده. كل ما المركب تمشي قلقه بيزيد، مستني أمر قبض على فوجي يوصله بالتلغراف، بس للأسف التلغراف وقتها كان بطيء جدا ومفيش أي حاجة بتوصل.
إحباطه كان بيزيد مع كل مينا بيعدوا عليه، وإصراره على القبض على فوج كان بيتحول لهوس حقيقي.
طيب، بعد 13 يوم في المحيط الهندي، المركب أخيراً وصلت لشواطئ الهند، وصلوا بومباي.
أول ما باسبارتو حط رجله على أرض بومباي حس إنه دخل كوكب تاني. المينا زحمة بشكل مش طبيعي، فيلا وطيران وناس من كل حتة في العالم، عالم جديد بكل معنى الكلمة.
وطبعاً باسبارتو بفضوله ده عمل غلطة كبيرة، دخل معبد هندوسي من غير ما يقلع جزمته، وده كان إهانة كبيرة للمكان. النتيجة، الكهنة طردوه بالقوة. وهنا اتعلم درس مهم جدا.
فهمت إن السفر مش مجرد إنك تشوف أماكن جديدة وخلاص، لا، السفر مسؤولية ولازم تحترم عادات وتقاليد الناس اللي بتزور بلدهم.
الوقت المتاح في مومباي خلص بسرعة، والتلاتة بيستعدوا للمرحلة الجاية، السفر لكالكوتا. وهنا أهداف كل واحد فيهم بقت واضحة جدا.
في محطة القطر، المشهد كان بيلخص كل حاجة. فوج كل همه يتأكد من ميعاد القطر، باسبورتو لسه بيستوعب الدرس اللي اتعلمه، وفيكس بيجري على مكتب التلغراف على أمل يلاقي أمر القبض اللي مستنيه.
والتلاتة ركبوا نفس القطر اللي رايح كالكتا. رحلة جديدة عبر الهند الشاسعة هتبدأ، والتلاتة محكوم عليهم يفضلوا على نفس الطريق، رغم إن كل واحد فيهم ماشي في اتجاه مختلف تماماً في دماغه.
واحد بيسابق الزمن، والتاني بيسابق فضوله عشان يكتشف العالم، والتالت بيسابق عشان يقبض على مجرم. ومع انطلاق القطر، السؤال اللي بيفضل يطرح نفسه هو: مين فيهم فعلا هيوصل للي بيدور عليه في قلب الهند؟
Alright, so after making it across the desert, our travelers, Phileas Fogg, Passepartout, and the detective hot on their heels, are now all stuck together on one ship, the steamer Mongolia. For 13 days, the massive Indian Ocean is their whole world. It's basically a floating stage where we're about to see who these people really are.
So, I gotta ask you, when you travel, what's your style? Are you the person with the color-coded spreadsheet every single minute planned out? Or are you the type to just wander off and see where the day takes you? Because that very question, that's the real conflict brewing between our two main guys.
You know, aboard the Mongolia, this difference in style isn't just a minor personality quirk. Oh no, it is a full-blown clash of worldviews. As they set sail from Suez, that ship becomes a little floating experiment, showing two totally opposite ways of experiencing life itself.
And this slide just lays it out perfectly. On one side, you've got Phileas Fogg, who is basically a human clock.
I mean, his entire life is measured by ticks and talks. He eats at the exact same time every day, plays his card games without a flicker of emotion, and sees this incredible journey as just another line item on a schedule. And then there's Passepartout. For him, this isn't a schedule. It's an absolute awakening. He's all over the ship, chatting with the sailors, just fascinated by the engines, and at night, he's up on deck, just staring at stars that are brighter than anything he could have ever imagined back in London.
And that feeling of pure awe is captured right here, in his own words. As he's just taken it all in, he whispers this to himself. Think about it. This is a guy who just wanted a quiet, predictable job, and now he's discovering that the world is this enormous, incredible, wonderful place. It's a really beautiful moment. But you know, it's not all just internal discoveries and stargazing. As the Mongolia steams down the Red Sea, the physical world itself starts to push back. An intense, oppressive heat starts to test every single person on that ship.
You can almost feel it just from the description, can't you? The air is getting thick, sticky with salt and dust. The heat is so brutal that most people just give up and hide in their cabins. This isn't some luxury cruise. It's a real test of endurance, a battle against the elements.
And Fogg's reaction to all of this? It's perfect. While everyone else is suffering, he gives this ice-cold response. To him, the heat, the sea, his own comfort, none of it matters. The only thing that's real, the only thing that has any meaning, is the schedule. It shows you his incredible willpower. Or maybe just how completely detached he is from the world around him.
So while Fogg is mastering his internal clock and ignoring everything else, our third traveler, Detective Fix, is fighting a desperate battle of his own. But he's not racing against a personal schedule, he's racing against the limits of 19th century technology. So the ship makes a quick stop in Aden to refuel. For Fogg, it's just another scheduled pause. For Passepartout, it's a new world to see. But for Fix, it's a moment of truth.
And this is where the suspense really starts to build. Fogg doesn't even get off the ship, he's just in his cabin doing his calculations. Passepartout gets a precious hour to run around and marvel at the exotic city. But Fix slips ashore with one urgent thing on his mind.
He makes a beeline for the telegraph office, thinking, hoping, praying that the arrest warrant for Fogg has finally caught up to them. And nothing. Absolutely nothing. The telegraph, this marvel of modern technology, is just too slow. The journey is literally moving faster than the law can.
But does he give up? No way. Instead of despairing, that frustration just hardens into pure determination. He's like, okay, not here, fine. The warrant must be waiting for me in Bombay. All his hopes are now pinned on their next big stop. And then, after 13 long days at sea, they finally see it. The shores of India appear on the horizon. They've officially arrived on a new continent, and a whole new chapter of this adventure is about to begin. The arrival is just a feast for the senses. Well, for Passepartout anyway. He's clapping with joy as dolphins race alongside the ship. He's completely blown away by the sight of Bombay's skyline with all its towers and domes. The harbor is just this chaotic, incredible melting pot of ships from all over the world. And Fogg, what's his reaction? He pulls out his watch, notes that he's on schedule, and heads straight for the train station. No sightseeing, no sense of wonder. Just the next connection. But in his boundless excitement to see everything, Passepartout, our explorer, is about to make a pretty serious mistake. And it's one that's going to teach him a very important lesson that you can't find on any timetable. So, Fogg gives him 1 hour to check out Bombay, and like a kid in a candy store, he just takes off running. He sees this magnificent Hindu temple, and, not having any idea about the local customs, he just walks right in with his shoes still on. Well, the priests are absolutely furious. They start shouting and chase him out for desecrating a sacred space. And this moment becomes the central lesson of this whole part of the journey. For Passepartout, it's more than just an embarrassing slip-up. It's a huge realization. He learns that real travel isn't just about seeing cool new things. It's about understanding and respecting the fact that your way of doing things isn't the only way in the world. It's a massive moment of growth for him.
So after that chaotic hour, Passepartout rushes back to Fogg just in the nick of time. They board the packed train headed for Calcutta, and the next leg of their journey across India is about to start. But they are not alone.
Because who's standing there on the platform just torn between anger and sheer grit?
Detective Fix. He made one last check at the Bombay Telegraph office, still nothing. But just like before, he refuses to quit. He gets on that very same train, vowing that this pursuit is far from over.
So as we leave them rattling their way across India, we're left with this huge question. You've got three men on one train, each one driven by something powerful. Fogg is driven by the clock, Passepartout is driven by his heart, and Fix is driven by the law. As they plunge deeper into the unknown, you've just got to wonder, whose way is going to win out in the end?